you also have done some charity work outside of the business, outside of wrestling. Tell me about some of the organizations that you've worked with.
Sure, Shriners, big one for SICW. Back when I was the ambassador, and I have no ill will about being an ambassador at all. It's just, anyway, I've already covered that. So, Shriners is an amazing foundation for kids, with diseases and raising money for scientists to find cures for cancer and illnesses, and it's just great. So we've done charity events where I've gone to Shriners Hospital in St. Louis, and I had an Elvis impersonator, a guy playing the guitar, and we went there and we just entertained these kids for a couple hours to take them out of that environment that they're in, that funk that they're in, and just put a smile on their face. And it was so great, man. Nothing was cooler than that. And then we also did other things with Shriners that involved a kind of a fair. It was where it was a compilation of different companies coming in to raise money for Shriners, and SICW had a part in that. And it wasn't just me that day. Gary Jackson was there, Curtis Wild was there, other SICW stars were there, and the smiles. And I'll send you a bunch of photos.
Feel free.
It was so cool giving back to the community. And now I don't do that too much anymore because, again, I'm not the ambassador anymore. I'm not. That's Brandon Beretta's job now. To kiss those babies and shake those.
Sure.
But the memories though were phenomenal. I little side trip here. I'm actually a registered nurse. That's my my shoot job. Yes. I've been a registered nurse since 2014, and being in the medical field, helping people, taking care of people, has always been my passion. I've always enjoyed medicine, the human body, learning about it. People ask me all the time, why didn't you go to school to be a doctor? And I'm like, because I was being a wrestler. When I was pursuing wrestling, I was a CNA, a certified nurse's assistant. So I graduated high school in 2001 as a CNA, and I worked in nursing homes, hospitals, home health, hospice. I did it all. And in my mind, back of my head, I always wanted to go on and become a registered nurse. I just wasn't enjoying being a pro wrestler. Mm-hmm. And when it came time to, as they say, shit or get off the pot, I stepped away from pro wrestling for 2 years. Not really. I still was involved. Didn't really fully step away. But I went back to college full time and got my RN degree from Florida State Community College. And best decision I've ever made, because I wouldn't be where I am now had I not done that. Mm-hmm. A CNA, you think RNs are underpaid. Oh, CNAs are even worse. And I knew if I wanted to make that next step in life, it wasn't professional wrestling that was going to get me there. I had to go back to college and get a degree, which, by the way, kids that are watching this podcast right now, big advice I give students is this. If you want to make it in professional wrestling, one, have an education, finish high school, get a job trade, carpenter, plumber, whatever. You don't have to go to college. Just get a trade. So that way you can have a job to fall back on. So that way you can be independent. And tip number 2, stay single. Don't get married. Don't do that. Because the second you hook yourself up with a woman and you're in a relationship, now you got to think about her and anniversaries and birthdays and holidays. And guess what professional wrestlers don't get to do? All that. Mm-hmm. We don't get to do birthdays and anniversaries. And matter of fact, May 13th is our big fan fest for SICW. And that's my wedding anniversary. So I had to do a little compromising with the wife. I was like, honey, I got to be at this booking. I'm sorry. But see, now if I wasn't married, see how much easier it is? You have your own schedule. That's why is John Cena married?
I think he's in a relationship.
I was hooked on Divas. Total Diva.
Yeah.
Man, that show had me hooked. And I got John Cena. I got him when he was like, telling Brie, I don't want to have kids. I hope you're okay with not having kids. Because he can't commit. His schedule won't let him. So if you want to make it in professional wrestling, 1, have a career, finish high school, have an education. And 2, stay single.